Process ho there is we will ask them to go through preliminary investigation. Pag meron po kasing na-implead na bago, given na may John Doe, Jane Doe sa mga kaso natin, i-implead ngayon, no? Pero ang proseso dito muna sa Office of the Ombudsman. Again, we have to give them due process as well. First time ito makikita ni Mr. Diskaya na meron palang ganitong allegation. Kaya kailangan muna namin siya pasagutin muna.
This is the nature of documents that Secretary Vince submitted. Kept general lang. Don't communicate the specifics.
Affidavits from those who know how the operations are run in St. Timothy.
Sir, magsasama na sila. 60 days ka rin, sir, to resolve.
No, based on the revised rules, no, the periods are shorter. So, actually, yung pagsagot nila, I believe it's 10 days to reply to the complaint affidavit. So after that, whether they reply or not, now the prosecution can already determine whether there is prima facie case with reasonable certainty of conviction.
Kaya Mr. Given,
Yung alin?
in conclusion,
What do you mean?
magkasama sila, they're on the same...
Well, again, you really have to look at the affidavits. No? We cannot conclude kung ano talaga ang participation without seeing the real facts. Kaya, syempre, we have to give them the benefit of the doubt at this point. No? It will be up to the panel of prosecutors para makita kung meron ba talagang kinalaman si Curly Diskaya. I cannot speak for the panel as of right now dahil dadaan pa po yan sa proseso.
Sir, kasi sa Davao Occidental, parang may nabanggit din sa Philippines na meron pa rin sa Bulacan. Hindi pa tapos, meron pa ba?
Ang Bulacan, as we are coming to see it, is really the epicenter of ghost projects. No? So, we are still validating and in the process of verifying all the reports given to us regarding ghost projects around the country. No? Pero, the way things are unraveling and unfolding, mukhang Bulacan talaga ang naging epicenter ng mga ghost project. That does not mean na hindi kami maghahanap sa ibang part ng bansa. Dahil alam naman ho natin na meron talagang ganong kalakaran na it might have been practiced elsewhere. No? So, it's just that kung titignan natin ang kabuuan ng flood control issue, it seems as though na ang karamihan ng mga reported na ghost projects ay nasa Bulacan. Now, there are so many organizations coming to us, like the Bisto.ph, no? Kung saan pwede mo siyang i-validate. Ang tao mismo, magka-crowdsource po tayo para tignan yung mga projects kung meron ba talaga o wala. So, ibibigay ho namin ang mga coordinates ng mga projects sa tingin namin may chance na ghost project at tao mismo ang magsasabi sa amin kung nandiyan ba talaga ang project o wala.
Sir, yung Curly Davao Oriental,
Occidental. Yes.
Sir, ano lang, ibang issue naman ko, sir. On Feb 25, may mga, baka na may message kayo sa Ombudsman. May mga anti-corruption rally again, mga kaiingay ulit. Sir, what can you assure siguro sa public natin sa mga rally against corruption?
Well, this is the time where I feel, or the office feels, that we are really ramping up on our investigation. Nung una po, we really had to file those cases na alam naming low-hanging fruit. At narinig nyo yan sa amin, no? Na kung kompleto ng ebidensya, final ka agad namin. Now, the cases that are with us pending are those cases na ngayon na kailangan pa ng further investigation dahil meron talagang attempt na itago yung mga ginawa nila. No? So, kailangan muna natin tumbukin yung mga pinakita sa atin, tsaka natin i-investigate further para makuha talaga natin ang principal. The job is not simple, no? But it is getting done here at the Office of the Ombudsman. So, time should be second in place when you talk about the quality of cases. Siyempre, kami din po, nagmamadali din kami. We're doing everything that we can to further the investigation as fast as we can. Pero yun na nga po, ang pinaka-basis po natin, and ang pinaka-gusto ni Ombudsman, ay pag nag-file tayo ng kaso, hindi tayo matatalo. Lalo na kung demurrer of evidence yan, or motion to quash, hindi talaga tayo pwedeng mag-fail dun pa lang sa start ng kaso. We want to see this through, we want to see convictions, and we want to see the real perpetrators go to jail.
Sir, sino Bryson tsaka si Jake ay counter affidavit sa DOJ with reference to their case sa Pandi Bulacan. But then, dun sa counter affidavit na yun, they're saying that they were forced to sign, pressured to sign, and yung ibang parts of it, they were not able to review.
Sinabi nila yun?
Yes, sir.
Well, I haven't received any information regarding that, but it would seem as though that they are no longer cooperating because they did not receive the state witness status, no? Of course, we are very confident that when there was a dialogue during the time na nasa DOJ pa kami, they were very forthcoming. So, very comfortable sila at very voluntary sila nagsabi. Ngayon, pag ito na ngayon ang balita na kung bumabaliktad sila, expected. Dahil sila talaga ang naging focus ng investigation dahil sila ang, kumbaga, ang lumalabas na perpetrator or mastermind dun sa mga ghost project.
But in forming the cases na nasa Sandigan Bayan and probably sa mga PI, did you rely heavily on the affidavits of Bryce and Jake?
Heavily, no. Rely, yes. But it can stand on its own. Dahil yung mga sinabi po niya, of course, given the due diligence exerted by the investigative teams, that should be supported by documents as well. No? So, a lot of the documents that were mentioned in the affidavits were already obtained. At makikita doon sa mga documents na yon kung sino ang pumirma, sino ang dapat nag-check ng mga ghost project. So, even without the affidavit, even without the statements, it will stand on its own.
Nag-run po yung motion for in-run po ng Sandigan Bayan Third Division yung motion po ni Revilla para payagan po yung motion for reconsideration na dito. Has the Ombudsman known about that?
This is the same question with you, ano? Motion for reconsideration. Ayun talaga ang proseso. Pag may MR kasi, usually, pinaparesolve din sa amin. No? So, we will ask the panel of prosecutors to resolve that, if ever it is already here pending, so that we can come up with another resolution based on the MR now.
May disconnect po ba sa rules ng Ombudsman ng Sandigan regarding yung mga MR? Kasi required dun sa rules ng Sandigan na may certification kung kasama yung information. Pero sa rules po ng Ombudsman, pwede pong i-find yung information kahit may MR po.
Yeah, that's something that we will discuss with the Sandigan Bayan so we can harmonize. Sa
Kasi parang good cause niyan is your resolution, di ba? So, in-arrange siya, pumunta siya doon in-arrange, and then, grinant din na, o parang may question pa rin whether the...
usually before the arraignment, di ba? So, well, the prosecutors, the Office of the Special Prosecutor is the one handling that. I can get a report and give you a copy then para maintindihan natin. Pero usually, from my understanding, the MR has to be resolved before certain, so, let's see, hindi ko pa alam yung facts talaga nung na yon, sa nangyari na ganon, but I'll get you a report.
Or wala na, parang touch move na yung Sandigan Bayan.
Well, I cannot speak for them also. I cannot speak for them. Although because they issued a warrant of arrest, meaning to say they also did their independent determination of probable cause. Diba? So there is already some sort of determination on their end of probable cause, kaya sila naglabas ng warrant of arrest. So that's all I can say. I cannot also baka it might be bordering, anong tawag doon? Hindi naman subjudice. I think actions speak louder than words. If I assure you now, and we don't get anything done, wala din. Pero kung mangyari muna yung action, tsaka tayo magsasalita, yun, makukuha mo na rin yung sagot. But I can speak about the temperature of the boss. Ombudsman, kahit nasa Baguio kami, ay patuloy pa rin mag-coordinate sa mga iba't ibang ahensya at investigative teams para ipatuloy yung investigation. And I can only tell you that the momentum is getting stronger. Mas marami kaming nakukuhang ebidensya, mas marami kaming natutumbok na persons of interest, at napakalalim na po ng investigation ho natin ngayon. So, the silence is good, meaning to say, we're working hard. In a few weeks and months, you will see that the result is going to be very good. Weeks or months. Kasi ano talaga yan, you really have to make sure that the cases are airtight. The Ombudsman always mentions na we're up against the best lawyers. The best lawyers that money can buy. Pera po ang kalaban namin dito. Kaya pag papetex-petex lang tayo, file lang tayo ng file, hindi naman tayo sigurado sa ebidensya, talagang matatalo tayo. Kaya ang ginagawa namin, we are working double time. We're not revealing as much because we know that this can be used against us in the future, lalo na kung i-telegraph mo natin yung mga next steps namin. Kaya hindi muna kami magsasabi kung ano talaga ang hawak na naming ebidensya. Magiging challenge yan sa amin in the future. So we will file the cases when they are ready, and the public will be the first to know as soon as cases are filed.
Sir,
Artist po from what news. Recently po, may order po yung Supreme Court about yung petition ni Sabi po. Any update on that? Just 10 days na po yung nabigay document with the Ombudsman.
The Office of the Solicitor General is the one that's going to reply for us. We have submitted our position to the Office of the Solicitor General, and they have been ready actually to file the comment.
The position of the Ombudsman is
We went through due process.
and then we cannot avail of the remedies.
Yes.
Can we elaborate?
Yeah, so the Supreme Court already gave some guidance with that in a previous case where a fugitive cannot obtain any remedy or relief from the court, especially when they remain to be a fugitive. Now it seems that there's no intention for Mr. Ko to make himself available or submit himself to the jurisdiction of the court, thereby making him a full-blown fugitive. And so, given that, it seems as though the remedy is purely dilatory in nature. Dahil alam naman ho natin lahat na hindi naman talaga pwedeng pagbigyan ang isang fugitive. Although sumubok na lang din siya. So we are hoping for the best, and the sooner that we resolve this, the better.
Sir, sabi po ng Ombudsman before, bago mag-discuss, maraming high-profile politicians na mabibilang mo. Kaya sabi po ng mga tao, Chinese New Year na raw po, wala pa. Ano pong comment po? Kasi mukhang siya yung sa kasama sa film.
I think he's already acknowledged his shortcoming with regards to over-promising and under-delivering. What we are doing now is under-promising and over-delivering. That's the goal. So, that's something that we have to roll with. Kasi, kumbaga, nung sinabi niya po yun, ang gusto niya talaga na mangyari yun. It's a hopeful wish, di ba? And lahat naman tayo, yun ang gusto. Di ba? So, na ngayon, hindi nangyari. So what we want to do is to prove to the people na kahit hindi nangyari nung time na yun, we will get the job done, and we will get the job done well. Okay.
So may movement like e-vice. Yung mga final, yung House Committee report, and then yung mga final here, is that moving at all?
Yes, I mean, that's always, it's been assigned already, to investigators, and there's a fact-finding body on it already. So, patuloy pa rin naman yun. Patuloy pa rin yun.
Will there be an equation that you will invite the question?
That I have yet to ask the panel of investigators. Kung sakaling meron, I'll let you guys know as well.
PIO measure.
Right now, hindi pa ata siya nasa preliminary investigation. Yes, it's still in fact-finding. But yung pinaka-challenge kasi doon, yung immunity from suit. No, so before we even enter into any deeper investigation, that is something that we have to resolve first. something that is up for debate pa eh. There are different schools of thought when it comes to that. Immune from suit is blanket eh, if ever it is applicable to her. No? So, we'll see. That's something that is still undergoing legal discussion. Okay? Dami nun. Wala palang kwento tong slides to.
Hindi mo rin nag-commission niya. Why did you commission?
Yun ang magandang tanong. No, we commissioned this because we wanted to get a good baseline of where we stand. So, aside from these slides, meron din kaming nakuhang insights as to how the Office of the Ombudsman is perceived and what the Ombudsman should be doing. Diba? So, more of... No, let's just say that given that the previous administrations did not do this, no? So, ang gusto kasi namin, marinig yung talagang panig ng tao, yung mga sagot ng tao, para yung gagawin namin, high impact talaga.
Nationwide.
Oo, nationwide siya. Nationwide
So,
siya.
sir, bigay ng satisfaction rating in short. These are the additional add-on bonus.
Yes, oo.
What's the satisfaction?
Good.
Ilang
Good.
percent yun?
Pero that's about 40%. Oo. Pero mababa pa yun for us. So, kahit ganun ang mga ratings namin, we still want to do better. And yung ano kasi, yung field work dates of December 3 to 11 was very early in our time. So, most of these numbers are reflective of the former institution and not the institution that Ombudsman Remulla had entered into.
Yung respondents po. Sorry, yung respondents, 300 each.
1,200
Yes
po.
po,
Yung
300.
parang 300 each.
Metro Manila, 300.
May Balance Luzon, may NCR, may Visayas, may Mindanao.
So, 300 each lang.
Okay,
1,000.
sige, 300 each.
Sorry.
Kaya ako hindi naging ano eh.
Design naman yan natin.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh, I want to answer.
Sige. I think it was made public na rin, di ba?
Farm out naman na rin.
Sige. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
very much.